Everybody. So, this is the Dare Show podcast, and we have a Patty update, which is really cool. Patti LaBelle has this has been featured in Forbes magazine for her company, The Good Life. In the feature of what is it called? The section, I forgot I think there's a name for it, but it's 50 women, or I think it's 50 women or 50 people, entertainers over 50, and the things that they've done and celebrating whatever. I think I really haven't Forbes 50 over 50. See, every time you go to the website, you got to pay for it. So whatever. Now these are really cute pictures. Here's the cover. Chef. I don't think she was to be called a chef. But one thing that we learn about in this, okay, what is going on? In this is that they say Forbes reports that Patty's Good Life gross sales hit nearly 200 million last year. It's a royalty deal, meaning Patti LaBelle pays a factory to bake her goods, then sells them to America's largest grocers, including Target and Walmart. The latter alone accounted for $85 million of 2022 sales, I'm sorry. So this is really, really great news with Patti LaBelle. And I think the thing about Forbes is Forbes doesn't necessarily, wait, do they do the research? I think Forbes does the research. No, you come to them with the research. I don't think they scout people. So this is really great news. Everybody knows Patti for her music, of course. Well, a lot of people know her for her music. But this definitely opens like a new flood of generational wealth, a new, which they talked about in the interview, a new avenue of money and food and situations for her. And they had this really great interview. I don't know what the lady's name was, but I was kind of like, okay, here we go. Because we started off talking about Elton John and the Rolling Stones, and I was just like, all right, where are we going with this? And it was 30 minutes, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be either good or really boring. Boring is not the word. We started off a little boring. The redundant, I cook for everybody, blah, 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 blah. Started cooking, like, come on, y'all, come on. But I guess, sometimes I have to train myself to think like everybody doesn't know Patti LaBelle. And everybody doesn't know Patti LaBelle's cooking story, even though, she said it every time she has an interview about it. But then we started to get good. We talked about the marinades and the barbecue sauces that she initially started off with. And then I think from there, it went to popcorn. I don't know why. I wonder why the marinades and barbecue sauces stopped. But I actually I was looking for the waffles, right? Because I ain't been seeing waffles in the stores. Now, I do like pancakes. They're okay. But I'm definitely a waffle person. I've opened my horizons to pancakes recently, but I'm ready for the waffles. I haven't seen them in stores, and I believe that was last year at the Essence Fest. They kind of debuted or what's the word? Give a little preview of the waffles and the syrup. Where's everything? But I haven't seen them. But I was looking for the waffles online, but I came across this barbecue. What the heck? the barbecue sauce. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I was like, let me move that out the way. That's not even in the way. I came across the barbecue sauce, and I believe this one is like a spicy. It said something spicy on it, or maybe it said marmalade. I don't know. This one's at Albertsons. My local, allegedly, is at my local Albertsons, and the description confused me a little bit because I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So let me read this to you. Made famous on the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, a true original from Whataburger. If you dine at our place on a honey, if you dine at our place on a honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, you've likely savored. Does that make sense? You've likely savored the sticky sweet goodness of the sauce. Now you can enjoy it at your place with chicken, beef, or any grill-worthy favorite. Now I'm trying to figure out, am I tripping? Because I swear, that when I brought that up, okay, wait, maybe I just need to look up marinades. When I brought that up, it brought up this. And I'm like, it's Patti LaBelle's barbecue sauce. Miss Patti spicy barbecue sauce. It's Patti LaBelle's barbecue sauce being sold at Whataburger. Like, does anybody else know about this? Allegedly, I'm saying allegedly because I'm very confused. It's not like it's bad, it's good, or it's not that it's true or it's not. I'm really not sure if it's true. Not that it's like a bad allegedly. Just like, what is going on here? So I guess if anybody knows, please let me know. Because that is a major flex and a hidden flex. And what is going on here? How do we have to go up there and ask? I don't think Whataburger's in a lot of states, but it's definitely in the South. They have really great fresh food. Definitely, everything is definitely fresh. I don't think I've ever went and gotten like not fresh food. Okay, so anyways, let's move along. So with the interview, she talked about how being wines coming out. I think she said there are like 3 different wines that are going to come out. They're going to be like really affordable. My thing is, where is the Chinese food? Because she supposed to have Chinese food come out like 2-3 years ago, or she talked about it. I don't know if it's gonna actually happen. Um, Everything's affordable. They talked about affordability. She actually owns this company. From what I believe, yeah, that little clip that I read, it said that she pays factories to make the food, and then they come back and and then she goes and she sells it to like Target, Walmart. Although I haven't seen a whole bunch of of her stuff in my local like Walmarts. Excuse me. Target has. Oh wait, I meant like the frozen stuff, but Target definitely still has the sweet potato. They have the little mini sweet potato pies. They have the buttermilk pies. Something else. I think the black cobbler or something. There's something else that I'm not too fond of, but most of her stuff is at Target. I feel like, other than like the desserts. When the pancakes came out, they were definitely over at Target. The pancakes were delicious. I just a sweet potato pie, which is so funny because Patty's desserts are still in Walmart, and I don't know if you guys know about this, but there's like this lady was bringing her sweet potato pie to Walmart, and I haven't heard anything about that or seen it or heard from her. She might be still in Walmart, but she's another black lady. And the thing was, on the comments, everybody was like, I know it's going to be better than Patty's. Patty's ain't got nothing on hers. I was just like, what was this, like, negativity towards Patty for? The only thing about her sweet potato pies, and the thing about her desserts, they break me out. So I kind of stayed away, but I did buy the peach and apple in celebration of this moment and to support her business, because I really love the peach and apple pie. That one, I mean the apple cobbler, that one's so delicious. The double crust peach cobbler is really good. The only thing about the sweet potato pie is that it breaks me out, and then the consistency is very thin compared to, like, I guess a homemade pie. But other than that, I think it's pretty delicious. Like I said, I'm really waiting for this Chinese food. But you know what? I'm not really I'm not a wine drinker, but I'll definitely check out her wine when it comes out. Her stuff is pretty much affordable, although inflation has, I did notice, hiked some of her prices on her, like the the mac and cheese is really good. The kale and greens is really good. I'm not a chicken and dumplings person, so I'm not gonna try that. What else does she have? The cornbread, I haven't tried. Maybe I'll go pick up some cornbread. There was something else that she has. But anyways, the inflation has rose those prices up by like $1 or a couple of dollars. And they are the size. The only thing I wish, like, the portions, if the portions were a little bit bigger, I think I would be okay. That, like, I can eat off for like 2 days. But like, did I tell you guys? Yeah, it started off with sauces and marinades. There's like a popcorn that was like discontinued. Anything else? Some of her, like, when the pies first blew up, and I think they had like a rush of everything. There was like some cakes, a caramel cake, I think it was. There was a caramel cake. There was like a red velvet and like chocolate or vanilla. It was like a half and half cake. There's some other stuff that are no longer out here. But let's get into the meat. So the part that really got me crying too last night when I was watching this, she was talking about, the interviewer asked her about, when do you feel like you've arrived? When do you feel like you've made it? And Patty for years has always said, I don't think I've made it. And to some degree, I agree. Patty is not as celebrated as her peers. But yet, her peers are not doing the type of show, the type of business that Patti LaBelle is doing. Like, I don't want to ramble off on like stuff, but like the stuff that has been bothering me lately is the Kennedy Center honors. Patty sung there like once or twice. No. Yeah, twice, I think. I don't remember. Never mind. Let me not. I know Aretha, but I feel like she did something a little bit more recent than Aretha. But anyways, she sung there. They haven't given her that. There's like no movie. What's going on with the movie? Shaka Khan has a play coming out. Gladys, Diana, Aretha, Tina, They all have this Kennedy Center honor. But then again, Patty's voice is still in pretty good shape. Gladys is, I believe, she's retiring from like touring or something. So I'm just like, it's like positive and negatives. Then we have, Patty has this $200 million business that's doing really well, or sales that's doing really well. She's still very much touring. She still has a really great show. She still has a pretty decent voice. She still is out here with mingling and having fun. Also, why hasn't this Forbes magazine thing been on her Instagram, you guys? I didn't even realize. This actually is a really big deal to be acknowledged for your business. And something that she owns and that she is proud of, because she was taught, the lady brought up her HSN deal, or wherever she was promoting like hats and perfumes and stuff that everybody has done now. But she was just like, that stuff isn't my type of stuff. But wait, okay, let me get back on track. She was saying how she doesn't know how she feels about her business being so successful. Like, because at the end of the day, her three sisters are not here to enjoy it all with her. And you know what? Something about it, she said that she's been saying this for years, and now it kind of like clicked. It was like, oh, her music career, she's like, is not where she had wanted it to be. And for years, she has talked about, her wanting to be bigger and be more, I guess, but I'm like, she has had that #1 song, #1 album. Maybe she wanted a little bit more consistent. She's had plenty of gold records. Like, all of her singles have either gone gold or platinum. The 90s was like blowing up for her. She's been signed to major labels. She's been signed to local, was Philly International major or independent? What would we call in Philly International? Because they had, I guess not independent so much, because they had singers on there who was very successful. She's been on tour. She's been across the world, been on Rolling Stone. Like, I don't know. I kind of feel like sometimes there is a yin and a yang. But at the end of the day, her sisters are here to celebrate and be with her. And that, I think, is eating her, maybe like the guilt. I know she's talked about guilt before, which is really unfortunate. It's really, at the end of the day, it's really unfortunate that we have to go through this. Her sisters were like her biggest supporters. And then they just all like passed away. And it has to be traumatic for her. It has to be so, at the end of the day, looking at it, it's tragic to see. And it's not like she was the oldest or she was like the youngest. I believe she was the middle child, in the middle. There was like Barbara, Vivian, Patty, and then Jackie, right? So for that to just like skip over her is so weird and so crazy. But then she was saying after they passed away, my career started to elevate more, which is so true. I think it was like in the 80s, that's when they started to pass away. And then, the mid 80s, that's when her career, she signed to Warner. No. She signed to whatever label that was. And her career elevated. That's why I was like, it was so interesting to realize, On My Own, the Winter and You album was her first major or bigger label album. And so all these different opportunities opened up. You know, these songs stirred up a new attitude. They were on the label, and those are like became her bigger songs, the breakthrough songs. So it, it's unfortunate, and I do feel bad for her, but I do love her. And she talked about, you know, being 79 and in her right mind, and she's able to give younger artists advice and just be present. And I kind of feel like she's lonely. I try to say this already. I feel like she's like lonely in a family missing her sister sense. Because this is not the first time I heard her talk about, you know, yeah, I have her. She has her son and her grandchildren, and a really great team and people who love her and take care of her. But I think it's nothing like those three women that she grew up with. And it's so crazy. Like, that story is so wild. It's so unfortunate. But she keeps going, and I love me some Patti LaBelle. I adore me some Patti LaBelle, from her honesty to her really good food to her incredible voice. One of my favorite singers. In a way, she's kind of underrated still, because like nobody like really great albums, a really great voice. We just gotta like love and shout out to Patti LaBelle, because this is a really great moment. Forbes magazine honoring her or acknowledging her and her business. Um, yeah. What do you guys think? Please leave a comment about what you guys thought about the stuff that I talked about with um, Miss LaBelle. I appreciate you guys listening and watching or whatever, watching the old videos of her incredible voice. I have this documentary on the channel. Is called From Gospel. Wait, what is it? It's not R&B. From Soul to Gospel, or Gospel to Soul. It's narrated by Whoopi Goldberg. There's some Sarah Dash in there. She's in there talking. Bud Ellison is in there talking. That's a really great one. I hate the title that I named it, but it's called "I Don't Need a Bike, I'm Patti LaBelle." It's so ridiculous, but it's true. How powerful her voice is. Um, Over the Rainbow in Italy's on there. What else is on there? You guys, there's this audio from these concerts that happened on the 4th of July in like 1997 or 98 or something in Philly. She did a concert. The audio is on this channel, the Dare Show podcast. You can listen to that. What else do I have on Patty? Oh, her "I Believe I Can Fly." That's doing really well. People are watching that. You guys are watching that. I think those are the only like top Patti LaBelle thingies that I have on there. But anyways, thank you so much for listening and watching the videos, listening to the videos. Please leave a comment. I appreciate everybody listening. Sending so much love and admiration and amazingness to Patti LaBelle and her team, because just like I said, like her peers, she's not celebrated so much as her peers, but her peers aren't doing it like she is.